Let's consider a few scriptures that might help us obtain perspective on this. Romans chapter 1, verse 20. For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, His eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. So absolutely, the universe came from God. The universe is the handiwork of God. The universe is the creation of God. Atheism is totally false. There is a God. He is the creator and the origin of all things. Absolutely, the Bible teaches us. But the more we learn about nature and the physical world, the better we are able to understand God, because it helps reveal God to us, as it says here in the book of Romans. And so Christians should not be afraid of science. Christians should not be antagonistic towards science. I'm not saying we're supposed to believe everything that comes down the pike. Everybody knows how science works. And it gives us the best explanation it has with the evidence it has available at the time. And so as time goes on and people learn more things, then the scientific reporting will change. And so I'm not saying we take everything that goes down the pike, but we have the ability to learn more and more about God as we learn more and more about the natural and physical world. And science is where we find that information out. Now, look, just because something that is being taught through science does not agree with what we think from the Bible, does not mean that the science is wrong and we're right. I'm not saying that the Bible is wrong. The Bible is never wrong. The Bible is the Word of God. But sometimes our interpretation of the Bible is wrong. I would venture to guess there's not a single human being on earth who's right about everything they believe about the Bible. I would say there's a really big chance that all of us are wrong about numerous different things as far as what we think the Bible teaches. There's always more room for us to learn and for us to grow. And sometimes we can learn things from science that will give us insights into the Bible. Just like there are sometimes we can learn things from the Bible that give us insights into science. That's another lesson. I love teaching that lesson. But you know, when it comes to the whole idea about the creation, that would not be the first time that we ever had a chance to learn something from science. There have been examples in history where the Christians strongly believed something from the Bible, and the truth of the matter is, they were totally wrong. They were completely wrong. In 1543, Nicholas Copernicus published On the Revolutions of the Celestial Spheres. And in that publication, he claimed that instead of the galaxy going around the Earth, we had a solar system that was going around the sun. And that was his claim. Well, guess what happened in 1616? The church banned that publication as heresy, because everyone knows that the Bible teaches that the Earth is the center of the solar system. Well, in 1630s, Galileo was convicted of heresy. And why was he convicted of heresy? For believing and teaching that the sun was the center of the solar system instead of the Earth. But all the Christians believed, no, that's completely wrong. That's a heresy. They convicted him. And, he was threatened with torture and maybe even death because of his belief that everything went around the sun instead of everything going around the Earth. Well, who was right? The church wasn't right. Galileo was right. Everything does. And our solar system does go around the sun. You see, what happened was the church was misinterpreting the Bible at that time. And the church found out more information from the scientists, and it helped them better interpret the Bible in that way. And so I'm not saying that that's the case necessarily with creation, but it could be. But it could be. And we got to realize that if people back in the 1600s could be wrong about things that they believed strongly, and they had this combatant attitude towards science, but they ended up being wrong. That could be happening today as well. And so humility wins the day.